advice on tattoos. Okay, why tattoos can make you more attractive. Now, it can also go the other way and make you less attractive. It just depends on the tattoo and the type of style. So the first tattoo tip I would say is make sure to find a good artist. Make sure to find someone who actually knows their style and knows their craft. Look at their Instagram page, look at their previous work. And if their previous work is something that you would want and actually looks good on you and you think, okay, I like their previous work, then go with that tattoo artist. Also, when it comes to tattoos, tell the artist what you don't like. Because it's always good to tell them what you like, but sometimes they could put something on your arm that you might not like. So if you don't like the color purple, for example, tell them, okay, in the artwork, I like this artwork, but instead of purple, I want it green, or want it blue, or want it black, or you can do all black. Or another tattoo tip I would say is don't get writing that you don't know what it says. A lot of people want writing in Japanese or Chinese, but they don't actually know or speak that language. And that can be an issue for traveling, especially when you're traveling around to different countries. That tattoo that you think means something can mean something completely different to them. So make sure when you get a tattoo, you know what it says, or you know the meaning behind it. You know the meaning behind it in different cultures. Sometimes even search it online and see what people say about that tattoo, because sometimes it could mean one thing to you, but in a different culture, it could mean something completely different. So that could actually hinder your traveling. Another thing with tattoos is it can elevate your outfit. Now, tattoos, I kind of spoke on this when I said about my fashion video, but tattoos can actually elevate your style as a guy by having tattoos that, fit your theme. So like, let's say you're more of a punk, rock, gothic type theme, to have a couple of skulls and these kind of like cross and bones and these kinds of tattoos can actually elevate your style and actually make you like stand out more. And every tattoo has like a story to tell. So I think with tattoos, it can look really attractive. It just depends on the placement. It depends on the style. It depends on the type of look of tattoo that you want to go for. Another thing when it comes to tattoo is, like I said, don't just look at their previous work of the artist, but look around at different artists. Different artists have different prices and actually different types of designs and work with different types of tools. Some artists use more tattoo gun, some will use stick and poke. There's different types of tattoo equipment as well. So not just looking at the actual tattoo artist, but what equipment do they use? Your skin might be more sensitive or less sensitive depending on your type of skin, because everybody's got oily skin or dry skin or these kinds of things. So it also depends on your skin type. Another one is to test ink on yourself beforehand. You can always ask an artist to just test a little bit of ink, like a dot in your skin, just to see if you have an allergic reaction, because you might have an allergic reaction to tattoos, which people don't actually speak about as well, that you could actually get a tattoo and have an allergic reaction to the ink. So make sure to check that one out as well. Another way I'd say that tattoos can actually elevate your style is by getting tattoos in cool placements. So for example, if you're someone who goes to the gym and works out and has nice like bicep muscles, getting a tattoo on your arm can make your arm look more attractive, because people are now going to be drawn to looking at your arm. If you're someone who plays football and you've got nice calf muscles, you could get a tattoo on your leg and you could talk about football and about why you like the sport or soccer, whatever. If you're someone who likes to do a lot of lat pull-ups and a lot of press-ups, you can actually get a tattoo on your back and actually make your shoulders look more broad. It can actually define, especially if you have like a wider tattoo, it can make your shoulders look more broad, which can give you that more broader frame. If you're someone who has a bit more of like a fat around the neck, if you get tattoos to cover that fat, it can actually elevate your jawline. So if you get a tattoo underneath where your beard connects to your neck and you actually get a tattoo in that area, it can then actually make your face look more shaped and actually have that more of a structure to it. So just depending on how you place your tattoo, you can actually elevate your style a lot. If you're someone who likes neck tattoos, having a neck tattoo on the side of your neck can actually make your neck look a bit longer. Especially if you have it like placed vertically on your neck, it can make your neck look a bit longer. It could give you that elevated kind of look. Depending on your hand tattoos are also a cool tip, especially if you're someone who's got like nice like big hands. You could get a cool tattoo on that, match that with a watch and a bracelet and one ring, and that will make your outfit look a lot cooler. So not just, on the outfit, but tattoos matched with jewelry, matched with accessories like bracelets, rings, chains, watches. These kinds of things can actually elevate your style even more. So like I said, depends on what type of style you would want. I'd say avoid face tattoos, because that's very, very niche and only certain types of females actually find that attractive. Not every girl does. So that, depending on what type of women you want to go for. Face tattoos I would avoid. I'd say more focus on neck, arms, chest, legs, these kinds of areas. Do not really tattoo things on your feet because when you're wearing flip-flops or sandals, it's going to look a bit weird. So I'd say like those kind of spots maybe last if your body's already covered in tattoos. But I'd say when it comes to tattoos, shoulders are very nice, arms, shoulders, arms, hands, these kinds of things women will find more attractive, especially if it's in black ink. If you've got it all in black ink and you've got like a theme going on, it can actually look really cool. Not just like random tattoos, but if you have a tattoo that actually links together with like the tattoo on your arm links to the tattoo on your back, or the tattoo on your neck links to the tattoo on your chest, it can actually look really cool, especially like if it's something that unique or something that you don't see very often. That could be cool. Yes, Bible verses are cool, but I feel like they're a bit overdone. Bible verses, lions, these kinds of things are a bit overdone. But if you have something like a cheetah, a leopard, something like actually unique, it looks a bit more cool, because a lot of people have the rose and the watch combo. I've seen that, like the rose or the watch or the hand or the praying hands to God. And if you're a religious person and you can get those tattoos, nothing wrong with that. But I'd say focus on tattoos that are unique to you specifically. Like, why do you like the design? Not because of other people or because of your family or whatever. But family's cool, family's good. You can get family names. But the only thing I say with family names is be careful, because let's say you get your sister's name tattooed on you or your mom's name tattooed on you. When a girl sees you, they could think that's your girlfriend. Like, they could think that like you kind of shot yourself in the foot, because they could look at you and think, oh, he's got his girlfriend's name tattooed on him, when actually that's your auntie who died. You know what I mean? So be careful when it comes to getting women's names tattooed on you. For example, like let's say your auntie's name's Samantha. Don't get Samantha tattooed on your hand, even if she died, and rest in peace to her. Don't do that, because when you do that, then women will look at that and think Samantha's his girlfriend or Samantha's his wife. So be a bit careful with women's names tattooed on you. But I would say the best advice I would say is speak to the artist directly, look around at different price points, and actually look at what type of tattoo you want. Do you want more tribal? Do you want more stick and poke? Do you want more line work? Depending on what type of tattoo you'd actually want. And shout out to my friend for this idea, because he was actually getting a bird tattooed on his arm. When he gets the tattoo, I will send a picture and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, this video is just on tattoos and how tattoos can actually elevate you and make you look more attractive as a man.